right? The great entrepreneur knows how to assemble their team, right? For those who watch, how many of you watch Marvel? They're like a Marvel geek like me, right? Put up your hand, right? Iron Man, yeah. So Iron Man is awesome, but Avengers is awesomer, right? It's more awesome because it's how he assembles the team, right? It's no one talks about Nick Fury that much.
No one does that much.
But Nick Fury is the one who came with the idea. You know what? We're gonna assemble a group of amazing superheroes to fight this, evil power that may or may not come. We don't know when it's gonna happen. But it's the Avengers, not just Thor or just Iron Man or just whatever. It's teamwork. So if you are good, that's good. But if you want to build a great business, you got to know how to do that. So write this down. This is the new structure that I believe your business is to have. Instead of the old traditional pyramid model, cross that out, this is what I believe you need to have. So within the very core part of the entire circle, you have your mentors, you have advisors, you have your peers. These are the people that you could get advice from. These are the people who will help you and support you and hold you accountable. That structure is so key. The entrepreneurs who don't have this, they don't go great. Because they're playing the silo game, they're lone wolves. You do not build a business with being a lone wolf. You can build a small little thing, but not lone wolf. It's all about collaboration. Wealth comes from relationships. Remember that, right? And then beyond that, the next circle that you have, it's your executive team, or what I call sometimes your management team, right? You may not get to a stage where you have like a C-suite and all that stuff, but you have your own little management team. Maybe your manager, a couple of people, maybe a marketing person. You start with that. That's your management team. Those are the ones you talk to all the time. Those are the people who understands your vision and who could help it and make it true, right? And then next level, you have your team players, your team members, right? Then you have that circle. And then you have, outside of that, those are your external contractors. That's your kind of remote team. What I believe is you want to keep the core team small, lean and mean. You want to have the external contractors big.
Because you can change that at any time, right?
That's right, like this. So imagine a circle. Do this with me. Two hands. Do this. Okay, do this, okay? So this is your core team, right? Do this, the core team, right? Yeah. And then this is your executive team, right? But outside of that circle, this is flexible. This you can expand, okay? So this kind of stays the same, but this expands. And that gives you stability. That gives you flexibility. You can grow the external team to a lot of people. You don't work with one website designer, you can work with 10 website designers. You can have 10, 20, 30 independent contractors. That's okay. But you don't hire one full-time person. You don't need to. Unless you need that position, but chances you don't need to. Tap into a global talent pool. Make it project-based. Good for you, good for them, right? Which circle is the entrepreneur in himself or herself? Yeah, within the right in the middle, the dot. So as the CEO, as the entrepreneur, if the definition of an entrepreneur is someone with a vision who orchestrates other people's time, talents, and money to make his or her vision real, this is why your most important group in your life as entrepreneur is your peer group, is your advisory group. Who are your mentors? Who do you seek advice from? Because you get paid to think. You don't get paid to do. You get paid to think. Well, how can you think if you don't have input? How do you know you're thinking it right? Like Alex, how do you know the membership tier is right? How do you know the pricing is right? How do you know the retention strategy is right? Unless that is very clear, mapped out, then you put that forward to your management executive team for them to execute. And then you get feedback from the marketplace, you bring it back to your peer group. Hey guys, I implemented this, right? I launched this new tier membership, I tried that. This is what worked, this is what didn't work. What do you think I should do? You get some more input, right? Get some more advice from mentors, from advisors, and you go back and do that. This is why, you notice this? Public company. Every single damn fucking public company has a board. Why? Because they get advice, the CEO gets advice from the board. Now you may be thinking, but damn, I'm not a public company. It doesn't matter. Why do you think they have a board? Because they have this kind of structure. It is what works to create wealth. It's what works to create success. They have a board. You think a public company CEO just like, I just sit in the room and just kind of come up with shit? No. They have every single decision. In fact, for a public company, they have to have a meeting. They propose to the board, here are some of the decisions, here's some strategies that I'm thinking of implementing. The board would say, okay, they would vote. If most agree, then they would carry forward.
Well, it's too risky and no.
Because from a public company perspective, that bad decision affects tens of thousands or thousands of people's livelihood, right?
Yep.
Their jobs. So of course, a CEO cannot be so, oh, I'm just gonna do this. No, it's gonna, so it may feel like, oh, that's not very efficient. It's not about efficient. It's about effective. It's about being effective.
Then Aliza has got a question. She says, how do you get a remote team to gel?
And I'll go into all that. I'll give you the tools and all that to do. I recommend all that. So for a remote team, you don't treat them any different than your internal team. It's actually the same. Although they work remotely, although they're contractors. So I believe the best way to have to get them to gel, even the contractors, is don't treat them like contractors. Let them know, like, because example, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you're a writer.
Yes.
I'm gonna hire you to write some article.
Yes.
Now, here's how the contractor will, a contractor relationship will work. I'll say, okay, Desmond, I need 3 articles written. You go write those.
Okay.
Okay,
Dan, here you go.
that. Okay, right? That doesn't gel nothing.
This is transactional.
It's very transactional. Versus, okay, Des, I need these 3 articles written on this topic. Let me tell you why. And let me tell you how it fits into the overall picture of what we do. And by the way, here are core values of the company. This is what we stand for.
Right.
So I'll let him know all those things, even though he's a contractor. You see that? You see how that changes the relationship?
Yeah.
What makes people gel is not perks, it's not gimmicks, values.
Do they need to join the team meetings and things like that?
Not necessarily, but they need to know why you do it. What's the motive behind this particular task and action? The more you let them know the why, the more they would gel. Because people need to know why they need to do something. It's like a soldier.
Yes.
A soldier would carry out the mission and say, okay, I need you to go here and I need you to, like, say, assassinate this person. This evil,
tyrant,
person. Terrorist. And they would go do it. But it's much better when I tell, this person actually done all these bad things.
Yeah.
And when this person is gone, it's going to help the country to move forward. This is why we need to do it. Okay, now there's a different level of commitment. You see that?
Yeah.
Right. Now you know why I need this person dead, right? Versus, I would do it because I'm a soldier, because it's an order.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. So tell them why. Make sense?
Yes. All right. Aliza nodding head.
Electric cutting in and out. Okay. Lead by persuasion. That's correct. Your why. Tell them why. So circle of contribution. This is how you would structure your company. Not the old way of so many layers. Just do it. Your core, peer group, your advisory group, your mentor, very key, because that's where you do all the clear thinking. When thinking is clear, action is easy. So execution becomes easier. Then you have your management team to go carry forward. Now, if you're just starting out, you may be say, hey, Dan, I don't have a management team. It starts with one person. That management team may start off with just your executive assistant, right? That first assistant that you hire, that's part of your management team.
Someone asked about that earlier on. Someone asked about the executive assistant. Do you have multiple executive assistants?
You start with one.
Yeah.
What that one person, right? So it's start with that, and then you add more and more, and as you grow the revenue, but you got to start with that one person, and that person it's executing, right?